All right. Well, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. It is Monday, April 14th. Thank you for joining the Share Network Community Partner Meetings, our monthly community partner meetings. My name is Renee Krupski. I'm the Administrative Director of the Share Network here at University of Chicago. I'm also a social worker by background. And it is my honor to be hosting today and to be joining all of you in coming together and sharing resources as we do on a monthly basis. We take this time to stay connected, to hear these program updates, and to share resources amongst this network. We enjoy having all of you be part of this and help us grow and foster the engagement in the aging field. So we appreciate each of you that do attend regularly. As most of you know, each month we have a presenter that's going to share more information or the programs that they offer. And it's great ways to support the healthy aging of older adults and to be able to share resources throughout our network. Today we have wonderful guests with us, so we are very excited. We have a guest from the Center of Disability and Elder Law, and we will be handing over and having a great presentation from them. But we wanted to first and foremost thank you again for joining. Thanks for all those that are hopping into the monthly Share Network meeting. We're booming here. Usually these last few minutes, everyone's trickling in. So thank you all again for joining. If you wouldn't mind just putting your name and your contact information into the chat, we love knowing where all of our community partners are from and where we can continue branching out to. So please, put your name, your contact information, just in case you make a contact during our meeting. It's always helpful. So again, thank you all for being here. And today, during our time together, we're going to hear from Lizette Ortigan and Margot Shields from the Center for Disability and Elder Law. But before we begin, we do ask just for a moment to open up the floor to hear from anyone that may not be able to stay for the entire presentation. If you know you won't make it till the very end and you have a resource that you would like to share, here's your chance. Be able to hop that into the chat. Feel free to hop off mute, share that information, and just let us know. Anyone? No? Okay.
Hi, this is Ingrid. Sorry.
Hi,
Uh,
Ingrid.
hey, so you guys may or may not know about the 80 day event that we have coming up in May on May 15th. And I may have to hop off because I have AAA coming to grab my car, but
Oh,
um,
no.
but I'll be back. In any case, I just
Okay.
wanted to put that out there that we have this event coming up in May on the 15th.
Okay. Do you have a flyer or anything you can share with us?
I
And
do
then,
have a flyer and I'm happy to forward it. I may just
awesome.
forward the link.
Perfect. We will get that up and running and we'll make sure we get that out to everyone as well. So thank you for letting us know on May 15th. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds good. So it looks like
Mhm.
it looks like we are good to go to kind of just start our meeting. Before we do, I know you see wonderful Janelle. She's here. She's joining us. Unfortunately, she's lost her voice. And Janelle, I didn't know if you wanted to try or she's waving and let everybody know, but she has lost her voice. Otherwise, she would have been here in the meeting and being able to share with all of you. So she's very excited to be joining.
I'll
Um,
just say, you all know that everybody here is dear to my heart and how much I love these community partner meetings. And I'm looking forward to next month and mostly looking forward to connecting with each of you, continuing our relationship. I'm glad to be back. If anyone wants to meet, just reach out to me. I've already posted my email in the chat. And that's it for now.
okay. Well, again, we're just so happy to have Janelle back. and just be working with us and being able to support our network again. As she said, she's going to have all of her information into the chat, and I'll put my contact information in there as well. We also have some other really good news that we at the Share Network would like to send off to all of you. Is we would like to take a moment and introduce the newest member of our Share team. We have Luis Cordero. He is our new project coordinator, and he just joined our team. And so we're slowly, letting him learn all about the Share Network and wanting him to know all the great work that all of you are doing as well. But I wanted to give him a moment to introduce himself to all of you.
Thank you, Renee. So nice to meet everyone. As Renee said, I'm the new project coordinator. I'm very passionate about working with you all, in particular, supporting older adults, especially organizations who care for them. So I'm very excited to see you in person. I'll be, distributing the resource guides. I'm excited to, over the summer, see some of you in person and to continue building partnerships and strengthening our community connections to support all people who are constantly aging. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, we are so very excited to have him joining us. And again, he is going to be helping with all of the coordination of different programs, as you mentioned. So we'll be making sure that you have his contact information. We'll send that out via email too. So when you're looking for some sort of speaker or anything along those lines, we're going to have you working with Luis, and you will be in great hands. But without further ado, we would love to be able to now also introduce you to our wonderful speakers. Again, we have two wonderful speakers from the Center for Disability and Elder Law today. And CEDL, as some of you may also know it by, has provided free legal services to low-income older adults and people with disabilities for over 40 years. CEDL focuses its legal services on issues that disproportionately impact their clientele, including financial stability, housing, and advanced planning. CEDL also provides community outreach presentations on legal topics such as power of attorney, housing preservation, and adult guardianship. They rely on connecting with trusted community partners in order to serve their clients. And on a presentation from their team, we have Lizette, and her role is focused on, she's the staff attorney there at CEDL, and her role is focused on leading the CEDL's program with the Illinois Department of Public Health to offer free advanced planning legal services for individuals living with early stage Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. She's fluent in Spanish and supports CEDL's Spanish-speaking clientele while improving her sign language skills to develop to better serve hearing impaired clients. She joined CEDL in December 2021 under a grant from the Illinois Equal Justice Foundation, and she serves on both the Language Access Committee and Disability Access Committee for the Illinois Supreme Court Commission on Access to Justice. All right. We also have Margot. Margot is a program coordinator at CEDL. And in this role, she supports the Power Planning program on advanced planning for individuals from diverse communities experiencing early stage dementia. And she's helping create and implement this brand new program. Throughout her career, she's worked with older adults and individuals with disabilities in a variety of settings, including legal services and social services. Prior to working with CEDL, she helped develop and coordinate a program to reduce social isolation and loneliness for older adults with Meals on Wheels. She served as the lead for the organization's LGBTQ+ employee resource group. All right, without further ado, I'm going to hand this on over to Margot and to Lizette. Thank you so much for being here, and the floor is yours. Nope, you're on mute, Margot.
Thank you so much, Janelle and Renee, for inviting us to come speak today and meet everyone. And we're really appreciative. I'm going to share my screen now, and see, oh, there it goes. And we're going to do a presentation, a general presentation about CEDAW. And I just wanted to say how especially excited we're to be here today because Center for Disability and Elder Law we really rely on connecting with community partners in order to do our work. We wouldn't be able to serve the clients we serve in the spaces we serve them if we did not connect with such wonderful organizations throughout Chicago and Cook County. So thank you so much for listening to this today. And I'll just share a little bit about, well, Renee shared very nicely about, so Renee shared very nicely about who we are. But so I'll just start, I'm going to put it in present mode here. So shared about who we are. And so I will go ahead and share a little bit more about CEDAW. We are the Center for Disability and Elder Law. We provide free legal services to low-income seniors and people with disabilities. We really work to provide those services in areas in three different areas. So or three different ways that we provide those services. Individual representation in civil legal matters, such as housing and consumer debt matters and guardianship. We also have community clinics and programs, which I'll talk about briefly in a few slides. And then we also provide assistance to people representing themselves in court. So in order to, unfortunately, we can't represent everyone, but we also provide detailed assistance, especially in our guardianship program, so that people can also represent themselves. We're celebrating over 40 years of service, and last year was our 40th anniversary. And this past year, we closed 2,800 cases. We have a dual mission, which has remained constant since the organization was founded in 1984. And our first mission is to provide free legal services to low-income and moderate-income seniors and individuals with disabilities who reside in Chicago and suburban Cook County. We do have a program that Lisette will talk about that's expanding statewide, but our primary focus is Chicago and suburban Cook County. And then our second mission really is to foster the spirit of pro bono service throughout Chicago and Cook County legal communities. So in order to serve as many clients as possible, we work and connect with other attorneys, paralegals, and other professionals and volunteers in the community so that we can provide even more services than our small staff can provide. And so due to our dual mission, we utilize, again, the volunteer attorneys, paralegals, and others in all of our programming. So the legal services that we provide are in landlord-tenant disputes, such as eviction. We also do some landlord side evictions for small, individual landlord, someone living in the same home or in the same building as someone who's an older adult or someone with disabilities. We deal with security deposit disputes. We also help with property tax and property tax exemptions, correcting titles, and building code violation defense. Advanced planning is a really central part of what we do. So we help with powers of attorney for healthcare and property. We also help with drafting simple wills and also Illinois Transfer on Death Instrument, which is a great way for individuals to be able to transfer their property without necessarily going through probate court and continue to keep that generational wealth in the family. Adult guardianship of the person is also another important part. So we represent both individuals, families who are petitioning for guardianship of an individual who's turning 18 and becoming an adult who needs a guardian, or older adults who may need a guardian due to loss of capacity. Consumer disputes, so collections defense and some consumer fraud as well. We also do simple divorces, which includes individuals without children and where the divorce is not disputed. So the way that we serve our clients, one of the primary ways is through our community clinics. We actually have 11 clinics throughout Cook County and Chicago. Some of the closest ones are to U Chicago on the south side, U Chicago or U Chicago Law School. We also have a clinic that's an embedded clinic where we're there 2 days a week from the Greater Auburn Gresham Development Corporation in Auburn Gresham. We're down in Bloom Township and Dalton. We're also at the Kroc Center in Pullman. So all over the city as well and the county. And so the reason we do that is we certainly, although we do have an office in downtown Chicago, we certainly don't want our clients to have to travel in to see us unless that's their preferred location. But really, we want to be connected in places that people are familiar with and that they feel comfortable with. We do host our monthly Proud to Thrive clinic at Center on Addison, which is part of Center on Halsted, the LGBT plus affirming location, or an LGBT plus affirming location for elders and people with disabilities. And clinics are by appointment only. And then I was going to say that Lisette will go through how to make an appointment and how to go through our pre-screening and intake process as well. But those are our community clinics, and then I'll turn it over to Lisette.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for allowing us to be here and to teach you or tell you guys a little bit more about CEDL. A lot of what we do is educational information. And we do this in two formats, in virtual or in person. One of our staff members or a representative will go out to different places in the community, including some of the community clinic sites that Margot just talked about, and also places like senior buildings, senior centers, health fairs. We've presented as panel speakers at events hosted by Alzheimer's Association, by the Greater Chicago Epilepsy Foundation. And what we really focus on is powers of attorney, housing preservation, and transfer on death instruments. So teaching people how they can pass on their property without having to go through probate court, and adult guardianship of the person. Many of our clients have children who have disabilities since a young age, and when they're going to turn 18, they do need to get legal guardianship over them in order to keep making medical, financial decisions. And what Margot and I run is the Power of Planning program, which is about powers of attorney, about advanced planning, but really speaking first to the reasons why people haven't engaged in the advanced planning process, understanding that there is hesitation, there are fears, there is worries with the medical, legal, financial institutions. And then we also talk about ADRD or Alzheimer's disease and related dementias, warning signs, why it's so important to get early diagnosis, and how there can come a time when there is a loss of capacity and these documents are no longer available, which creates a pretty big stress on family and friends if they have to petition for guardianship. So after we've gone out to an outreach presentation, we may have an opportunity to come back to that location and in a large scale workshop format where we bring volunteer attorneys, we bring CEDL staff, we bring printers, and we sit down with people and make their powers of attorney with them right then and there. We have a notary, we provide witnesses and everything. If there's not sufficient interest, which we gauge between about 8 to 10 people who are, really committed to making their documents, then we'll call people on an individual basis and set them up for their interview to see if they qualify for our services. And then for the actual intake over the phone, in which they'll answer questions about their powers of attorney. We would send them their documents in the mail. They look through them, have a follow-up phone appointment with us to make sure any corrections, and then we'll set up an in-person appointment for actual execution of these documents. Next slide. So the power of planning, as I mentioned, it is geared to it is focused on individuals with early stage dementia. We want to reach people before that loss of capacity. And another part of the program that is newer to us is that we also talk directly to caregivers. So everyone in the audience is included, because everyone over the age of 18 needs their powers of attorney. We never know what can happen. And so we try to approach, ADRD in the holistic way in which the whole family is involved. Everyone needs attention. Everyone needs to think about their own health and their own advanced planning. And we've launched our program. We launched it last summer, July 2024. It's been going really well. We've been in a lot of different spaces. And right now, we're working on phase two, which is putting our presentations in video format and putting them online on Illinois Legal Aid Online. So people can make their powers of attorney for free using the website while being assisted or supported with these videos that give more explanations about each of the concepts that usually are kind of confusing, or they can be, really nuanced, such as things like a 30-day waiting period when you're going to revoke, if you ever revoke your power of attorney, or when does the power of attorney start, now or later when a doctor says that you've lost capacity. So all these concepts, we've really tried to break them down so that when people join the website and actually start the program, the hope is that they'll feel supported with our informational videos. The third part, or the last part of our grant, because we are funded by the Illinois Department of Public Health, is to partner with Land of Lincoln Legal Aid and Prairie State Legal Services so that they can help us spread the word about the online program in the central, rural, and southern counties of Illinois. And last slide. Another way that we next slide. Then the other way that we connect with the community is that we do have a help desk for guardianship at the Daly Center. So for people who want to represent themselves, we help them prepare their pro se documents to petition for guardianship for someone else, for an adult with a disability. And we try to provide as comprehensive of documents as we can so that they can be guided in the process forward, or they can be put on a waiting list if they qualify for full representation. We also have a help desk at the Cook County's clerk's office in the recording divisions at City Hall. This is by appointment only, but here's where we look at what we call a health check or a title check of somebody's home. And we look to see that, that all the right owners are on the deed, whether there's any issues with that, and if we can help them prepare what is a transfer on death instrument to assign beneficiaries to their home for $59, and that would bypass probate court. Beneficiaries would have to have the death certificate. After all owners of the home have passed, they go downtown, give it to the clerk, and then the title would be transferred there and through that mechanism instead of through probate court. CEDL, we're very available for tabling fairs. We're at health fairs, social services fairs, to get the message out. And we also, do a lot of customize about CEDL presentations like we're doing today. So wherever, we are hoping that everyone here at the SHARE meeting, if you see an opportunity for us to come and present to your community members, to other professionals about what we do, we do provide some pretty important and basic legal assistance in all these different areas that Margot talked about earlier. And for our program, for the Power of Planning, we do really struggle sometimes to find people at that point in early Alzheimer's disease or dementia, because we know that the stigma of Alzheimer's disease causes a lot of people to avoid talking about it, to avoid identifying. And so we are always really open and hoping to hear from others about ideas or spaces in which we might find people who really need to hear this now, before it is too late. I think that's our last slide. So here's our contact information, our main number. The way that we do the pre-screening is, we get basic information about their legal problem, making sure that it's within our service area, basic household income and assets. And, we do have our office downtown, but the point of our community clinics is to encourage people to feel more, not being burdened with going downtown. Although some people do like to come downtown. If we're not able to help, we do try to give as specific referrals as possible, but we cannot refer to specific private attorneys because we are a nonprofit, so we can't make those sort of referrals to private attorneys. Next slide. And here's our contact information. Margot and I are always, open to talking about how we can customize our services, whether that's in length of time or what topics we cover. Sometimes people will want us to really come in and do just powers of attorney, or they'll want us to do powers of attorney and guardianship. Some groups are more full of caregivers, so we'll give more time to that, and or others are senior buildings where not a lot of caregivers will be there, so we'll kind of take out more of that part to fill the time that we need with more discussion about Alzheimer's disease, about warning signs, and what can be done to prevent or diminish the effects. So, any questions, we're happy to answer them, and we're really grateful for this opportunity to connect with all of you.
If you have any questions, feel free to either put them in the chat or if you'd like to unmute and ask questions. I don't see anything in the chat as of yet. But Margot and Lisette, while we're waiting, thank you so much for that fantastic presentation. I am in awe of all of the resources that you offer to the community. I mean, I knew that you did great work, but just to see all the different pieces are fantastic, and commend you for being able to provide that. So thank you so much for being such a strong resource in the community. Anyone,
Thank
any
you.
questions at all? No? Okay. Is there an opportunity for an organization to become a CETL community clinic location?
Yeah, so this is more a matter of, I'm sure everybody deals with this, is just having capacity and time to open up new clinics, but we are always exploring new community partners. So if that sounds like something, the way that they work is usually we'll have that space once a month. And so once a month, we'll borrow an office or a conference room, and for a block of time, 4 hours, we'll see clients at that location. And so our community clinics organizer knows that that's a place that people can be scheduled for once a month. We do try to eventually get that run by volunteer attorneys from bigger firms, so that, we can continue to expand our outreach. But yeah, certainly if anyone feels it is a space that we can be at, please let us know. So I see for
Great.
cases of taxes, are you able to assist with cases in which someone's back taxes have caused a foreclosure with a date already set? So we do help people file for, if they've missed their taxes, their tax exemptions, but we do not deal with foreclosure. Our supervising attorney, however, is quite experienced with how these deadlines work with the foreclosure, such as the redemption period. So while we may not handle the foreclosure itself, we do usually give pretty good advice in terms of what these deadlines mean.
Great. Thank
And
you.
we always encourage, if people are not sure of what services or whether something's provided, we always encourage people to call, and we'll do a pre-screen. And if we can't help, we do provide sometimes advice, as Lisette said, or tailored referrals as well. So.
Fantastic. And as all of your programs come up, we just continue to ask you, send them our way. We love sharing all of the work I know you've had so many different programs that you've held out in the community. We love being able to share those, and you've been wonderful about being able to let us share them with this big network. So we thank you again for presenting, for all the work that you're doing, and be able to support not just older adults, but those with disabilities as well. I mean, it's a lot. There's so many avenues that need to be covered. So thank you for being so strong in this area. We appreciate it. And if anyone does have questions, if both of you wouldn't mind just putting your name and email address into the chat so anybody can follow up with you as well. We'll send over their contact information in our follow-up email so you can reach out to them too. But thank you again for this great presentation and the great resources you've shared today.
Thank you.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to start and open it up to everyone as well, not just for questions, but for program updates. If anyone has any program updates, anything going on, I see Regina has already gotten started and she's sharing some programs there. The May Senior Social. If there's anyone else, Regina, would you like to get us started and talk a little bit about that? No? Okay. No. No worries. No worries. Okay. Any other programs? Any other things going on for the month of April? Phyllis, I see we've got some programs going on here. Phyllis, you want to share as well?
Yeah, just the Release the Silence conference coming up. Sorry, I'm getting over something. Yeah, so it's Friday, May 3rd or Saturday, May 3rd at the same location as last year, and several people on this call will be there or are part of the planning committee. And so if everyone can just spread the word, this year's theme is about caregiving. Anything else, Renee?
It is going to be one of those conferences that you will not forget. We had over 500 participants last year, and we are anticipating even more this year, just from looking at registration and all of the fantastic speakers covering some big topics. So please make sure you share that widely with everyone, because that is going to be another resource that you don't want to miss. It's going to be at a great location, beautiful hall. We are very thankful to those that are letting us use their space there. But we are very, very excited about this conference.
Yeah, and then it's free. You just have to register.
Best part.
So we'll put the link in the chat, and there's breakfast and lunch, and kind of large conversations and small breakout sessions. So a little bit of something for everyone.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely fantastic. All right, I see some other. Oh, thank you, Margot. Margot is putting a whole bunch of different presentations. Thank you so much. Proviso Township, perfect. Anything you want to add about any of those? You're on mute.
No, we just those are some upcoming ones in Proviso Township. We'll have more. There was one in English, and the next day there's one in Spanish. We will be having a lot more coming up that are open to the public. Some of them are at senior buildings, so they're more geared just to the residents of the building. But we'll continue to send those share networks way, and we certainly always love people to anyone that that might want to attend is welcome.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And then Dr. Brantley, I see you have the body parts Tai Chi going on. I know that was a new program for all of you. Hopefully that's going well. Anything you would like to share?
Just want to say thank you for allowing us to share our information about the Senior Tai Chi. It is in Calumet Park, and it's going well. We have also been awarded some White Sox tickets, and so I will be trying to, I guess, do a field trip to see if some of the participants and those that know about the program who will be attending, if we can maybe do a field trip that would be on a Saturday, May 3rd. Our program is on Thursday, so I'll have to, try to coordinate during the week and see how we can maybe get transportation. I don't know if anybody is familiar in that area about getting transportation, but we're working on that as a way to say thank you for, being a part of the program. It is new, and we hope to continue in the fall, because in the summer they'll have youth camp for a couple of months, and it's at the Recreation Center in Calumet Park, and that's also where our office is located. So I was glad to get the program, because I've been everywhere else except for my own neighborhood. Sometimes we're reaching out other places, and you're like in your own community, you go, oh yeah, right, what about my own community? So I'm so glad that it's going well, and thank you for again letting me share.
Perfect. Thank you. Regina, now I see your hand up. Regina, anything you'd like to
Hi,
share?
I'm sorry I couldn't get off mute earlier, but thanks for allowing me to share. I enjoyed the presentation. I had the pleasure of having CETO at a senior building. We kind of we team worked, and we did part, and then they did the main part. So it was excellent, just like she said. Okay, back to my little announcement. We are having a May senior social, and this one is going to be out in the south suburbs. So we're trying to move them around a little bit. So we're going to be at the Chicago Heights Public Library in their lower level. It's free and open to the public. We'll have music and some fun, and we have some vendors who'll be there sharing their information. But any senior is welcome to come. In the flyer, there's a QR code or a phone number if you want to call. Just let us know you're coming. That'll be fine too. But everyone on this call, if you have a need or client that are out in the south suburbs, feel free to invite them, and it should be nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Fantastic. And I'm seeing so many programs here. Nicole, I see we've got the U of C and Mathers program. Are you available to chat and share a little bit more about that too? I don't know if you're still on. Oh, she might have hopped off. Yeah, she might have hopped off, but she's got a great program here as well, an art enrichment program. So check that out. And again, we'll download all of these and make sure these all get in your hands as well. And then Angela Lyonsmith from Mathers. Would you like to talk a little bit about Mather at DuSable?
Absolutely. Well, and I'm just seeing that Nicole's mic isn't working. So I know she put the link in there about collaborating. This is, I think, our third year of collaborating on Art of Connection, art making with their group. I'm so excited about that, but also we are expanding our museum program. So we'll be at the DuSable Museum this week. It's our first program there on Thursday afternoon with Dr. Kim Delaney giving a talk about migration and freedom and resistance. And we'll be doing some story quilt making. So please, please check out our website. I just put the website on there too for in-person programs that Mather is offering across the city. All of the Oh, I'm seeing a message. Would you be open? Yes, absolutely, Christy. But we are doing all kinds of different programs across the city that are free for older adults. They center creative engagement and wellness. And I'm so excited about the museum-based programs that really focus on our cultural infrastructure as well. So yes, I would love to meet Christy.
Great. I love the connections that get made when we have these meetings. So that's fantastic. And congratulations about these programs. And being able to, we appreciate you sharing this. We'll make sure this gets out as well. And for sharing the information about the program that Nicole was talking about. Nicole, no worries, we've got you covered. We will make sure that gets out. But thank you for at least posting those links. That's really important. Speaking of important events, looks like Lucas, you've got a lot to share here too. The Villages collaboration, you've got the gala going on.
Yeah, hi. I don't have too much to add other than what I posted in the chat, and Forgive me for keeping my camera off. I'm eating.
No worries.
Oh yeah, so the Chicago Area Villages Collaborative, that's all of the seven or so villages in the Chicago area. Oh, eight in the Chicago area. And they work together to host periodic Zoom seminars on topics of importance. And so on May 1st, Thursday at 4 to 5 p.m., it's the topic of what's going on with Social Security with a noted journalist and author, Mark Miller. So, and that's a free Zoom. And then, yeah, much more self-serving is on May 31st, Chicago Hyde Park Village's annual fundraising benefit gala at the lovely Akarama Foundation Center, with whom we partner for our Memory Cafe as well. And so I put the flyer in the chat as well for that. Thanks.
Perfect. Well, exciting events all around. And speaking of memory cafes, if there's anyone here that's also that attends the memory cafes or hosts any memory cafes, please make sure to put those in our chat. We are working. We started. Monica Long started the Chicagoland Memory Cafe Coalition, and we're very excited about it. Being able to bring together memory cafes across the Chicagoland area, as the name suggests, but being able to come together, looking at how we can support one another, being able to provide additional resources to each other, start looking at data and what it all means, the benefit to the community, and how to just continue expanding and how to support others who are interested in hosting memory cafes. So we'll make sure we'll send out quite a few different memory cafe flyers with our upcoming email as well. But if there's anyone here that would like to put those into the chat, we'd really appreciate it. Other big events that I would actually like to share. The Share Network is very excited to be, looks like, thank you, Lucas, you got it. But the Share Network is very, very excited to be hosting its inaugural Healthy Aging Symposium on June 9th. It's going to be hosted in Hyde Park. We will have more details available to you. I'm actually going to put the registration link as well as our little save the date. But we would love, this is a free event that we are hosting. It is open to the public. We are trying to bring together not only healthcare providers, but caregivers and all professionals who are supporting older adults in the community. There's going to be complimentary breakfast and lunch, along with wonderful and insightful conversations among different providers, different older adult leaders in the community, and maybe even some interesting demonstrations coming your way. So really hope that you'll join us. Again, that's going to be June 9th. We've sent out emails. If you have any questions about it, feel free to let us know. We're going to be sending out the agenda very, very soon with all of our speakers and the exact location, but just be prepared. Put it on your calendar now and don't miss it. June 9th, Share Network. We're looking forward to hosting all of you. All right. Any other programs? I see a lot of new names. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't attended before, feel free to continue sharing the community partner meetings with your colleagues, with others that are leaders in the the aging field. Please, please, please make sure you get the word out. We're here just to come together to support one another, to be able to foster collaboration, sharing those best practices, and just create this unified approach to addressing the diverse needs of the aging population and help build those age-friendly communities. That's what we're here, and we come together. So we appreciate all of you. We appreciate you sharing and spreading the word about all these great programs. And as new programs come up, please feel free to continue sharing information. Monica, yes. Monica, are you available to chat? Can you share your great news?
Yes, we're so excited. The Share Network has been working really hard and really closely with the Kroc Center the Salvation Army, Ray and Joan Kroc Center on 119th. We've been working together for quite a while trying to help West Pullman and Roseland area become and have officially become dementia-friendly communities. And so we're so excited about it. As I spoke about it to a few other people, West Pullman was Pullman and were the areas that I grew up in. So they were near and dear to my heart. Miss Darlene at the Kroc Center is near and dear to my heart. So we've always been working together trying to establish dementia-friendly communities and support for the areas. We have a memory cafe that is at the Kroc Center the third Friday of the month from 11:30 to 1. And we support the caregivers as well as those people living with dementia and mild to moderate cognitive issues. And so we want to continue to support the community. We want the community to know that there are people out there that might have not been diagnosed and might need a little bit some support or help with wherever they are, whether they're at the bank, the grocery store, and things like that. So of course we need to celebrate. That's one thing that Share Networks loves to do as well, is to celebrate. So coming soon. We don't have a date as of yet, but we're looking June, July to just have a celebratory gathering to let everyone know that West Pullman and Roseland is now dementia friendly.
Congratulations. That is a huge, huge accomplishment. I know it's been some work and so excited for all of you that have been part of that process. So congratulations, Monica, and everyone that took part in that. All right. We still got a few minutes left here. Anyone else have any other resources, any other questions, comments that they would like to share?
Renee, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, this is Darlene Humphrey. To everyone, I just wanted to share that I've been working closely with the Jesse Brown VA because we have a high contingency of veterans here at the Kroc Center. And so every month we have a fourth Friday of the month meeting from 10 o'clock, to 11:30. And they came over on this past March 28th and had 4 hours where they offered free health care to the veterans in the community. And they enjoyed it so much and got such a great response that for the next 3 months, on the fourth Friday of every month, Jesse Brown VA will be here with a medical unit so that anyone that veterans that are living on the far south side of the city can come here and get free health care. So I want to put the word out that, to as many people as possible, let the veterans know they don't have to go all the way to the west side to get health care. They can come here every Friday between 8 a.m. and 12 noon and see someone from the VA to get medical health care.
That is incredible, Miss Darlene. Wow. What a resource in the community. So just so I heard, it's every Friday from 8 to 12, the VA will be there at the Kroc Center. It's every Friday for the next, you said, few months, correct?
Every fourth Friday.
Fourth Friday, excuse me.
Yes, so they're scheduled to be here on April 25th,
okay,
May 23rd, and June 27th.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. Do you by chance have a flyer, or I'm writing this all down, but do you by chance have a flyer or anything that we can also spread the word? Because I'll put that down in our letter, but want to make sure we can post that too and get that out.
I will send you the flyer that they sent me. I updated it and added the additional dates on it. So I'll get that out to you.
That is wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Wonderful. That's exciting. It's the fourth Friday of every month. Okay. got those dates down. That is fantastic. Congratulations on that partnership.
Thank
Wonderful. Yeah. All right. Janie, I see. Looks like I got you unmuted. Did you have something you wanted to share?
Well, the only thing that I would be very happy to share is that we would love, I've probably said this a million times, for everyone to go to their public library and ask them where the memory kits are. So that if there are not any memory kits, you'll explain that you would like to have memory kits at your local library and what can you do to move that forward. So that's about it for me.
Awesome. That is a great reminder. I love seeing those in the libraries. We even have them out here. I live out in the suburbs, and the Lockport Library definitely has quite a few. So I was very excited to see that come about too. All right, Janelle.
I have
see
a
you.
question, Janie. So let's say the library does not have a memory kit, then how do we connect them, or who do we connect them to make sure that that is provided?
Well, they should probably contact, the headquarters of Chicago Public Library, because they were the ones that we, through the library in Bronzeville, the Hall branch, they had to get permission and then get the whole thing put together through, central casting, or whatever you might call the home office of the Chicago Public Library. So I would say go to their home office and say, what do we need to do to get these in our local library?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, we are almost out of time. Oh, Lucas, thank you. Contact info and Phyllis. Contact information for the memory kit flyer. Fantastic. So these are great pieces of information to hear. Little bit of details here. And there's a recording here talking about memory kits from CHPV. So thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Phyllis. Appreciate you both sharing those details. So everyone can take a look at that, and we'll again send this all along. We're gonna have a really big email coming, lots of resources coming your way, and to the group. So again, with this being the top of the hour, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for coming and spending this hour. We know how busy each of you are, but we appreciate all that you do in the community, for being leaders in this community, for being part of our network, and for sharing your resources with one another. That's how we help make these things work. If there are any other resources that you think of, any other programs that you come across, feel free to email us. We'll make sure we get it out to the group. We look forward to seeing you next month. And I believe our next one is May 12th, if I'm not mistaken. So we look forward to seeing all of you then. Take good care. Enjoy, hopefully, some warm weather that we will be getting. And we look forward to seeing you next time. So thank you, everyone.
Renee, I
And
found the for Miss Darlene. I was trying to get it. Anybody still on? There's the flyer for the veterans.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I probably lost them, but there you go.
Perfect. Thank you. And thank you to Margot and to Lizette. We appreciate you joining us and giving a great presentation. But thank you, everyone. Take good care.
Bye.
Thanks so much for having us. Bye-bye.
Renee, I'm staying on just to make sure that I have in my notes like all the things that were posted in the chat. You're still on mute.